Welcome to episode 203 of the Corey Shepherd podcast. Welcome back to everybody who's been listening, and welcome to all the people who now find it. I hear long time, I'll hear long time, long time. And for all the people who say, somebody tell me this, how you ain't pause the episode in so long, we looking forward to it, and come back. I was like, wait, some more come back, I hear every week. So, if you know anybody who is listening on Google Podcasts, just tell them from a switch over there to switch over to Spotify or Audible, or you can find it on YouTube, right? If you like to watch and peep, YouTube is for you. But before we get into the details of the week, right? Before we talk about what has happened this week and what we do weekend and all the different bacchanal that going on, drunk or sober, mind your business. I would like to start the episode by wishing a happy birthday to my married wife. I know as Stacy, or you might know as Parlour Stacy. Happy birthday to Parlour Stacy. Happy birthday to everybody who's celebrating around town too. You know, it's people like Dixie and they're celebrating happy birthday. It's people like Auntie Maria, happy heavenly birthday. Plenty birthday around this time. Happy birthday to everybody. All they do. I feel like it's been a long time since I talked to all, you know, all they going. I had a long weekend, right? Usually, I come here and complain with my 40-year-old self when I leave the house on a weekend and how tired I feel and I can't recover. This time they catch me staying in my house and can't recover. You know what I mean? At home and I can't recover. Because I have class, right? On a Saturday these days. I have class from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then a next class from 10 a.m. till whenever, all 3, 4, 5 o'clock, sometimes 6 o'clock, I still meet with groups and things. They catch me this year, you know. They catch me this semester. I'm working hard. right? If only want to talk about currency and things unavailable, let me work hard for the TTA if I have to buy US for more money, right? But this is what it is, and we here, so you had to pay in your hours, you had to pay in your shift, right? And with all that happening on Saturday, I looking forward the whole week, like most of us, when they say Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul, because when I was a little child, right, in 1987, 88, or whenever it was, right, I remember Tyson fighting Michael Spinks. Is Leon Spinks or Michael Spinks? That'll be Michael, right? And listen, our pictures post about cut out of the thing in the papers where Spinks and Tyson face off. I put a sticker on my wall, you know what I mean? I can't wait for this fight because the world used to stop when Tyson fight. Well, no, I can't even say used to. The world stops when Mike Tyson fights. The whole world stops, and it's proven again at 58 years old. Whether you think it's a spectacle, you think it's fake, you think it's whatever it is, everybody stops when he fight. I remember during the pandemic, he fought Roy Jones Jr., right, which was one of the baddest and most glamorous fighters you ever see, right? He also got one of the baddest and most glamorous knockouts. They had to carry Roy Jones in the back. Roy Jones didn't wake up. He didn't know what hit him. He didn't wake up. All in the back they carried him. He still knock out, right? I never see somebody head hit the canvas so hard like Roy Jones. But when Tyson fight Roy Jones, I'm going to say two draws. I can't say that, pause, right? There's two big draw in boxing, you know what I mean? Men coming out to see two of them. So when they fight one another during the pandemic, don't mind, Tyson was about 178 years old during the pandemic and Roy Jones about 152. But they fight in two different weight class too, so Roy Jones had to up his weight a little bit. And from that fight, which I would have never missed that fight. I know big boxing fan, but when Tyson fights, he had to watch you fight. Like I remember working overnight in Iowa Station and watching Conor McGregor fight Floyd Mayweather. Them is things, I mean, I could understand where people saying they make a spectacle out of the boxing and they ain't like the way the thing and it's fake. And I don't mind. As a man, used to stay up whole night and watch the WWF. I used to watch wrestling. You know what I mean? I watching Undertaker fight against Bret Hart and Owen Hart. And in the earliest days is Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, main minder. Or if you want to talk local here, you only remember Carlitos Colon and Abdullah the Butcher and Invader number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I watching that. I fully well know it fake. Reality TV. We stay up whole night and watch reality TV. Real housewives of every city in America. We say now I'm watching that. I don't care if I watch. And you know, let me tell you where people deceitful. Before I get into my breakdown on the fight, where people deceitful. People talk about Mike Tyson thing and they spend their money. And what money you spend? You pay Netflix like normal. You spend a cent more than you would have said. If they didn't do this, you would have paid Netflix the same amount of money you pay them. But let me tell you which part of the defeat, man. The defeat, man, the sleep part of the thing. Because I felt very good when I saw Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, 9 p.m. Remember our class 8 o'clock in the morning, And I studying this thing. I said, well, all right, well, 9 o'clock. I said, well, I'll go by a partner online and watch you fight. I said, well, I'll go invite some people here. I'm going through all different methods of thing. Parlour Stacy said, well, why don't you just stay home? You're studying all kind of different things. Why ain't just stay home and watch you fight with me? Parlour Stacy ain't make it till 9 o'clock. She didn't see a supporting bout. She didn't see nothing happen. As a matter of fact, when I turn on the TV, the first thing she say, oh, go turn down that a little bit now between sleep and wake. So I go downstairs. I say I go take it in down there. You know what I mean? I go take in my little boxing and thing. I say 9 o'clock. They go a supporting bout. It probably a performers and all kind of nonsense like they had for Roy Jones fight. I say, well, about by 11, 12 o'clock, I think, why not me? My big son say he's staying up and watches with my boy. He and all conk out. He can't see way. I alone to fight up now. I think I sleep through every supporting bout. I see every supporting bout start and I see them finish, but I sleep in between. When I see midnight and it's watermelon flower, I start to set alarm on my phone. This is when you're properly middle-aged. You're properly middle-aged. Last week I went by the doctor and told him I have shoulder pain. The first thing, salute to Sergey, the first thing he says, what is your age now? As I say 44, he say, yeah. That's the age for that. You know what I mean? This is where we reach. This is where we are now. All the young boy thing and them thing out the door. Right? When the doctor started telling you have an impingement. A muscle impingement. I never hear about that when I was young at all. But we hear. But I started to set an alarm on my phone. This the age I reach. I started to set an alarm now for every half hour because I can't miss Tyson fighting. When it's time for Tyson and them to fight, I see the interview in Tyson. Tyson walk away. Tyson whole bottom is in the road. Tyson whole BT, according to them fellas in Guyana, Tyson whole BT exposed. That is when I know all hell break loose. I say there is no chance in the world that Tyson could beat anybody if Tyson ain't wearing no kind of jockey shorts, no kind of underwear, no kind of nothing. I've never seen anything like that before. It is a spectacle to behold, a spectacle to behold. As I tell myself, no, you bring water from right, Zach? And put a fan for me too now. Not a young man and a bacon in here. Thanks you very much. Yes. I'm a big son. Big son come to take in the episode this week. You know what I mean? Long time I saw the producer. So I want the best for Tyson. I really want Tyson to knock out Jake Paul. I don't think black people could have seen Kamala Harris and Tyson lost 2 weeks back to back. It would not be good at all. But boy, when I see Tyson walk off when I see Tyson, I say, boy, that is it. And this interview was so wicked. Tyson, he say, well, take out the fight. Tyson say, destructive win. He say, a destructive win is what going to happen right now. And boy, and that man kissed Tyson on the face. You know Tyson bottom wasn't covered. You kiss that man on the face before I say, well, from then I know Tyson, I know hope in his fight. For the time, undefeated, I know. But we have a little tune. I mean, as much as if Tyson could do it, and let's see the interview where Tyson break the little girl spirit. I like that, you know. I find Mike Tyson must be Mike Tyson. She come to ask the man about the legacy. And let me tell you something. I agree with Mike Tyson 100%. This idea of legacy is foolishness, is nonsense. It's just ego, as he say, right? Because if you living in our world, thanks. If you living in our world where you very, very concerned about what people have to say about you or their sentiments about you when you dead and gone. To me, that is you want your ego to stay wrong. Tyson say we become dust. Who cares about what just happened with us? I'm not saying that people, all loved ones, wouldn't have reverence for us. Or if you're a great artist pass away, you go remember the person and you remember the music and you play the music and all them kind of thing. But the thing I agree with Tyson on legacy, right, is we cannot hold people to their legacy, as especially men. I want to talk to men this episode because as Iron Mike Tyson, we see Iron Mike turn into he went from cast iron Mike to he look a little bit like a Mercury Mike in that ring, you know what I mean? Only boom saggy. Tyson boom I know kind of that was I shouldn't watch that. lumpy. He's an old man you're watching that. But as sports people, right? Let me use Lara as an example. We might watch Lara and say Lara is the greatest batsman ever. He make 375. He come back and he make 400. You know what I mean? He do so much, and we feel like he shouldn't do anything to spoil his legacy. That was a lot of the talk about Tyson. It spoiled his legacy. That idea of spoiling legacy is a selfish thing for us. We want the man to not live his life and do what we want him to forfeit $20 million. You know what I mean? We want him to say no to $20 million so that we could always remember Mike Tyson as being, if you want to remember Mike Tyson as being a vicious, it's a YouTube, it's a TikTok, it's a all different kind of thing you can go and watch and you relive your glory days and your time when you watch Tyson. That's fine. I don't see how anything happened with Tyson last night except the unnecessary exposure. Outside of that, I'm not seeing how any of that affecting this idea of legacy. The idea of legacy is really an idea you have in your head. How Lara make you feel when he back. So if Lara want to come and sing soca now, or if he decide he coming back and he gonna play T20 and he can't make no run, you say, well, he's spoiling the legacy, he mustn't do that and he mustn't do that. Listen. I think it was very symbolic, that interview Tyson did with him. And I like that girl, you know, salute to Jazzy. Jazzy is one of the greatest interviewers. She started when she was so small, like single-digit age. And now she asking questions. You know, this is the second time she interviewed Mike Tyson. So people say she was scared. And I think she know exactly what to expect. She interviewed Mike before. She accustomed to this. But I like what Tyson do. I like that he went out there. He didn't look good at all. That man's legs look weak and wobbly. It looked like Jake Paul could have knocked him out in time. One thing I will say though is the first couple jabs and the first couple punches Tyson land, I think Jake Paul looked a little frightened. He got a little taste of the power that he had at the time. But one of my greatest ambitions for old age, right? I always remember a client we had back in the day, right? Salute to Automation Technology College, right? So they're in South. Well, they're all over. They used to be in South at the time. And the principal or the owner of the school is a man I like a lot. You know what I mean? The principal, he used to come and meet with us to help him with his marketing and thing, Mr. George. When you see he come in meeting, the first button he buttoning on his shirt and the only button he button is the last one. This man whole button shirt open. He ain't care. He live in life. And that, I find when you live to reach a ripe old age, you should be able to strip yourself of ego, just be yourself. People so, in the corporate world especially, people so sometimes false and pretentious and everybody want to act like if they're doing great and they're so confident and they're so... He had none of that them kind of airs about him. He just used to come, say what you had to say, do what you had to do. He say, I'm leaving it to all you. When you send him a proposal now, you say, boy, that will cost you about 7,500. He come, he say, come do something about this. He say, 75, do something about it. He just cool and down to earth and normal, and he never give you none of them kind of corporate kind of styling. And I would imagine that it is I always used to tell my father this. I say, boy, I think your mortgage is be one of the things that get frightened. Because before I had a mortgage, I used to go into meeting fearless. You know what I mean? Well, now I go in meeting, my foot shaking under the table. I see my father, when he finished paying his mortgage, he go in meeting fearless. This man had no concern in the world when he go. Sometimes I tell him, hey, I still have my mortgage to pay. Don't go easy. Don't go so hard. But age have its privileges, just like rank. Age have some privileges, and sometimes I like how Tyson move, because when you reach a certain age and you accomplish everything it have in life to accomplish, and people come to tell you about your legacy, and at your big age, people tell you what to do when you was a baby. They tell you what to do when you was in school. In secondary school, they tell you, you're a young adult, you must do this and you must do that. You're going to jail, they tell you. When you're 58, people still want to give you what to do and what to do. Sometimes you have to give people your last kiss. I like it. I like it.
I mean, this Trini girl in a party, but I'm in the road. If you see the shape on this lady, but I'm in the road. If you see the shape on the lady, but I'm in the road. Went over and started to check she, but I'm in the road. She tell me she name is Chanchani, but I'm in the road. She come from an Indian family, but I'm in the road. If you see the shape on the lady, but I'm in the road. Whee! I had Douglas, I had Chinese, I had Syrian, I did African, I did white woman, but I never did an Indian. She tell me she born in Bangladesh, but I'm in the road. They got a Trini Creole she wish, but I'm in the road. They got a Trini Creole she wish, but I'm in the road. The brother say she talking foolishness, but I'm in the road. She tell the brother stay out of my business, but I'm in the road. She say she we like to eat dashing and saltfish, but I'm in the road. She we like to eat dashing and saltfish, but I'm in the road. A girl from Grenada, girl from Canada, girl from America, girl from Dominica, girl from Africa. I never had a girl from India. But I'm in the road. If you see the shape on the sister, but I'm in the road. If you see the shape on the sister, but I'm in the road. Something in my head telling me, but I'm in the road. She come from the boom boom family, but I'm in the road. If you see the shape on this lady, but I'm in the road. I have to consider unity, but I'm in the road. Whee! I had Douglas, I had saddest and India. I tell she I am entertainer, but I'm in the road. She want to know if I what is my brother, but I'm in the road. She want to know if I what is my brother, but I'm in the road. She want to know if I step on Naya, but I'm in the road. I tell she's me, they call Iwa, but I'm in the road. And I am the boom boom master, but I'm in the road. Them call me the boom boom master, but I'm in the road. A girl from Grenada, girl from Canada, girl from America, girl from Dominica, girl from Africa. I never had a girl from India.
You play, my darling. When I go see you again, my darling. You know, we done here already. You know, if we done here already, we might as well, right?
Alright, now it's time to get on bad. When I say bad, I mean bad. Real bad. Now it's boom boom time. Mash it up, mash it up. Shake it up, shake it up.
Tyson is clearly an Iowa fan like me, right?
I'm Indian song. Running up she mouth. She says she don't like man. To wine in front she long long. For the carnival, in the heat of the festival, she want a man. To wine behind she bum bum. Wine behind the bum bum. Wine down on the bum bum. Wine behind she bum bum. For the carnival, I mean, all around the waist. Get on in the place. Wine behind she boom boom in the festival, Lord. Walk it up, walk it up. Jam it up, jam it up. Rock it up, rock it up. Jam it up, jam it up. The lady come watch me. Straight up in my face, Lord. Rolling up she belly. Twisting up she waist. She said, Mr. Iowa, when you're singing soca, I want a man to wind behind the boom boom. Wind behind the boom boom. Wind down on the boom boom. Wind behind the boom boom. For the carnival, I mean, all around the way. Get down in the place. Wind behind the boom boom in the festival, Lord. Rock it up, rock it up. Twist it up, twist it up. Roll that bum bum, roll that bum bum. If the bum bum big, bum bum small, me ain't afraid them at all. Bum bum big, bum bum small, I put in weights on all. If the bum bum big, bum bum small, me ain't afraid them at all. Bum bum big, bum bum small, I put in weights on all. If the bum bum big, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Oh, let's check this, check out this, check it out good. Put a woman in front and a man behind. Bet your life she bound to wine. Keep a woman in front and a man behind. Watch him good, that is why. Keep a woman in front and a man behind. Bet your life she bound to wine. Keep a woman in front and a man behind.
Watch it good, that is wine. One of the greatest soca artists of all time, Mr. Neil Iowa George. I said Tyson right, man. Let Tyson collect it 20 million. What the hell is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Let Tyson live your life and enjoy yourself. Listen. I want to get into this Miss Universe Trinidad thing, right? Because I find Oli do Miss Universe very, very bad. Oli was very, very mean to Miss Universe, and I didn't like it at all. But I have serious thing to get to before I get to Miss Universe, right? It is International Men's Day. Outside of Parlour Stacy, it is International Men's Day. And as much as we celebrated International Men's Day, I have a fine lineup of music to play that is about men, right? So, you know, there's make thing about women so much, right? There's make thing about women so much. And I salute to my guy Joel Julian and see him post this morning to all the men on International Women's Day asking, when is International Men's Day? It's today, and happy International Men's Day. I even see the great Joe Budden, my favorite podcaster. You know what I mean? Talking about support. We got. I don't believe in I don't follow the whole. What you call the thing? The Aquarius and the Scorpio and the Libra. What you call that? The horoscope thing. I don't really follow that too much. But I will say that I was also very, very surprised to see that the 18th of November is also called Married to Scorpio Support Day. I never see this for no other, what you call it thing, no other sign or anything like this. I just see that come up. And I was quite surprised that. So I just want to read for you real quick, right? Today we honor those who are married to Scorpios. Scorpios are born between October 23rd and November 22nd and are said to have many positive traits such as being disciplined, helpful to others, and unfearful. 2 was a dream bad. But there are other traits that they are said to have which make them which make them difficult to be married to, right? I'm not talking about me, I'm just talking in general here, right? But they say from October 23rd to November 22nd, you do the maths, they say there is National Married to Scorpio Support Day. So what are the things that could possibly make it difficult to be married to a Scorpio? They say Scorpios are seen as being intense, aggressive when provoked, deeply emotional, and pessimistic. Well, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, but the thing about it is I's a provoking fella. So if you're aggressive when provoked, you're in the wrong. Oh, sorry, this was not about me. They also tend not to forget things that are done to them. They don't. With a sign up. And they like alone time, being annoyed if they can't have it. It's likely for this reason that this holiday exists, right? They say how to observe married to a Scorpio Day. Check to see if you have any friends or podcasters you're listening to or family members who are married to Scorpios. If so, let them know you support them. It's not an easy road. Men, they see the glamour and the glitter when they see a Scorpio. If you're married to a Scorpio, let your spouse know about the day and reach out to others for support. If you are a Scorpio and are married, just be happy that a holiday exists because of you. Try to be a little extra good to your spouse today, okay? So 18th, I find it's a fitting day. Don't ask me why. I just find the 18th of November to be a very fitting day that it would be Married to a Scorpio Support Day. So congratulations to everybody who married to a Scorpio. And I will support you through thick and thin. I know it's not easy when they're intense and they're aggressive when you provoke them and they're deeply emotional and pessimistic. But the truth is that it's very good to be people who are disciplined and helpful to others and unfearful and so on, right? So you take the good with the bad, as with everything else. And this is how you just make a day. This is how you just put a day in place and them kind of thing, right? But I want to take some time to celebrate Man's Day. It's a man's world. Even that had to end by saying it's nothing without a woman or a girl, you know what I mean? But it's a man, this is Man's Day, and we must be happy when we have a little man day to celebrate, right? We don't get it often, we're not recognized very often. I think in this new world, well, not so much with Trump there, right? But in this new world that we live in, it is somewhat easy to forget the role of a man and the kind of pressure that men is be under, and the ease with which people could take for granted the sacrifices that a man is make and the things that on a man's mind to keep a family together and to keep the idea of a provider and a protector and so on. You have to understand that a man is a provider when he have. I'm talking about half a man and no pia man. This is Man's Day, right? A man is a provider when he don't have and he don't know where the next thing coming from. He going to provide and go hungry. That is a man. A man is a protector when he frightened. A man will give his own life to protect yours. You don't forget that. So I was happy to see International Men's Day. And of course, leave it to Dominic Kalipas had to give us much more education than we could have bargained for on this. He said that the idea, this from Dominic Calipis on his Instagram, right? The idea of International Men's Day was discussed since the 1960s, but it was first conceptualized and observed in 1999 by Trinidadian Dr. Jerome Tiluxing, a history professor at the University of the West Indies. I should have paid attention when I was in UAE, like things was going on there. Professor Tiluxing selected November 19 to observe as Men's Day as it marked the birth anniversary of his father, a role model, or his role model. Since then, it has been celebrated every year. Currently, 93 countries celebrate this day. No doubt Trinidadian contribution to the world, you know. So, salute to you, Dr. Tiluxing, for coming up with the idea of International Men's Day. Because the truth too is that men, let me talk for men for a minute, right? As if you know what I mean? I'm the king of the men, right? I want to say that with men don't really ask for a lot or say they want nothing. Man is get quite a way, and my father is the same way too. And salute to fathers too on a day like this, right? Not just husbands or men who is men in the household, it's the fathers, the men, the boys who becoming men, and us in a world where, especially in Trinidad and Tobago, we need more men who are examples for young boys to watch and say, I want to be like he when I grow up. I always remember I have an uncle or a cousin. Salute to Ronnie, right? My cousin uncle, Ronnie Shepherd, right? And I was a young man, you know what I mean, all over the place and so on, and I didn't find no Scorpios and so on yet, you know what I mean? I was around, I was in these streets, right? Gallivanting and so on, having that time, right? And Ronnie always used to tell me, he said, Ronnie, he's a Corey, only ain't making no children. And he tell him about specific men who grew up in St. James, right? He said, this one had 3, this one he said, all you're going to leave a world where all you leave all the gangsters and the bad boys that 3, 4, and 5 children. And then all you don't want to have none. And then when all they start, all they having one child. Now, Ronnie have a lot of children. I just want to see. Ronnie might be using himself as an example. And I might not want to follow that. But I understand the points he making, and so said, so done. Ronnie telling me this when I was a teenager, young adult kind of thing. A generation later, just what he was talking about is what can happen. You have a whole set of role models as males who is a block and a big chain and a big talk and a gangsters. That is what young boys have much more examples to look up to than somebody like Dr. Tiluxing, who clearly do well enough in his life to earn his PhD or doctorate, but also went on to create something like International Men's Day long before it would be this whole gender thing that going on now as a debate in the world on social media. Or long before that, he come up with the idea of the International Men's Day, and you see more groups and the importance of men, at least in Trinidad and Tobago. You've seen it coming out more. I remember a group called Men Against Violence Against Women. There's also a group that deals with Single Fathers Association. So you're seeing where men starting to form themselves, but led by the idea of Dr. Tiluxing, we're here to celebrate International Men's Day. And he in a position where he could easily say, hey, my father is my biggest role model, and I didn't just coin the day or come up with the idea for the day, but I want the day to be on the birthday of my father. I like that. But, and I say that all the time. Anytime I get a chance to say it, I say it. My father is my biggest role model. I always had him to look up to, and still have him to look up to. But my father's birthday is not the 19th of November, right? So if I had come up with International Men's Day and I would have put it, it would have been in February, right? Which would seem fitting to me, you know what I mean? Short month, you know, they don't want to get rid of man and think short month. It's close to the end of the month, too, you know, on the 26th. Just like a man, you almost, you know, you barely make it. That would be the best time to name this thing, but I don't want to disrespect Dr. Tiluxing, right? And I don't want to disrespect the memory of his father. And I don't want to knock International Men's Day in no way before. I'm very, very, very grateful for it. But I find as a Trinidadian, right, in the state our football is in right now, Dr. Tiluxing, you couldn't say your father was born on the 20th and observe his memory then. November 19th is not the happiest day in the history of Trinidad and Tobago football. Like, I put it out on Facebook, and people don't seem to understand what I mean when I say, like, they only don't like Trinidadian men. Why International Men's Day? It must be one of the saddest days in the history of Trinidad and Tobago football. The 19th of November, 1989. Let me walk down memory lane now.
Trinbego massive. Watch it. We coming strong. Welcome sucker in the air, but the people afraid. Say we can make the grade. TNT proceeding without a fear, and we just can't stop till we reach the top. But this time I want the whole world to know we not only brilliant in calypso, so we go give them gold from the left side, gold from the right side, gold on the inside, and if they score you know it's a offside, gold from penalty, gold straight past the goalie, gold for TNT, gold, gold, gold. TNT, we want a gold. TNT, we want a gold. Oh yeah, Gully boy.
The Galley Boys, boy, you remember that? Dr. T. Luxing. I wonder if you ever hear a tune like this.
This one dedicated to all Strike Force Massive. Man like Clayton Morris, Dwight Yorke, Dexter Lee, and Maurice Albi for the victory. Play ball!
Victory to the Strike Force of TNT. Because we know for sure we on the road to Italy. We got the answer, lowest to put it in the net for we. And bring pride and joy to the people in this country. Now, pass the ball to the left, pass the ball to the right, pass the ball, make me do it same way. We are gonna play with the night or day. Victory to the Strike Force of TNT. Because we know for sure we on the road to Italy. We got the answer, lowest to put it in the net for we. And bring pride and joy to the people in this country.
I wonder if Dr. T. Luxing hear a tune like that. I don't want to do or say anything disrespectful to this man or his father. But I just want it to be known that while we celebrate and we love the idea of International Men's Day, November the 19th could be painful.
16 years ago in Haiti, we were denied fame and glory. On the road to Germany. A new breed, similar journey, trying to erase that memory. On the road to Italy. On the road, on the road, on the road, we go in Italy.
We never go.
On the road, on the road, on the road, we go in Italy. Hey, Tansley, you here? You're a true Trini. You in everything, boy. What's the man doing? Hey! Trouble on there. What's that shot? Trouble on there. Mama was a fever in tongue, bacchanal in the stadium. On the road we go in Italy. Calypso football at its best, TNT versus the rest. On the road we go in Italy. Hey, Captain Morris and old Spider-Man, Francis Boston and Williams, Lawrence, Ali, Yorke and Lata P. All of them on the journey. Charles Alabi, Morris, James, Chineskin and Lewis. On the road we get in Uber. On the road we get in Uber. On the road we go in Italy. Yeah, them shouting goal in Uber. It's a goal in Uber. In the hole it's goal for TNT. Kick man, shouting goal. It's a goal in the hole. dribble down there. Kick the ball. Hey, collect that plastic one. Dribble down there. Let the lady dribble down there.
Dribble down there. Thank you, Dr. Tiluxing, for giving us our International Men's Day. Please consider making a slight change, a slight adjustment. Let's start on midnight of the 20th, but we're grateful for it. And I have a little selection of tunes to play here for you, right? I will get to Dwight Yorke, which as you hear how much times Dwight Yorke name calling them thing. I remember. I'm not sure if people go remember this, right? In that stadium in 1989, when we lost, they're trying to get to Italy 1990. I don't know if people remember how players cry on that field and why, for anybody who was alive at that time or understand what that was, is a different emotion we feel then compared to what we feel when we see the goal in Bahrain to everybody else. Because, I compare any people who born and see we go to the World Cup, and we're not saying that they wasn't joyous about it, right? But the people who lived through 1989-90 and then see we qualify had a different kind of emotion, you know what I mean? And that's where the tears come from. And I remember Jack Warner at the end of the Bahrain game, the first interview he had with Andre Earl, but he's saying every one of them cry like babies. I want to tell Jack, every one of we cry like babies there too. Especially the people who was around in 89. I was a little child in 89, looking to go and play football in the park, because them days when you're playing football, you was on the field, you was Marvin Fustin or Alabi or Brian Williams or Kerry Jameson or Leonson Lewis or Elliot Alain or Silvio Leroy Span, you know what I mean? Or Earl Spider-Man Carter. You was one of them men. Everybody was playing one of them, you know what I mean? Or Dwight Yorke or Latters at the time. So to come back around to the point where we have Dwight Yorke and Latters in charge of the team is something I'm bound to talk about, right? But before I get to that, I in celebration of International Men's Day, I have some tune here that's celebrating, man, all kind of man. Don't try to ask me what kind of man are celebrating and them thing, but it's all kinds of different men we celebrating. Because when Women's Day come, or when Mother's Day come, and these kind of days that built around the woman, they don't allow we to say it's no deadbeat mothers, or it's these who don't see about the trend, or it's them who just keep. They don't allow we to say none of that. You have to say Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. And you have to say Happy Women's Day to all women. So today, in this episode of the podcast, we just dedicating things to all kinds of men. You know what I mean? All kinds of men. No question. No. But I would like to start in a specific place, because this tune about men that I want to get into, possibly if you're a lover of calypso, right, and I ask you to name some tune about man and all kind of different man, this one should come to mind quick, right? When I tell you about the kind of man, right, this one should come to mind quick. And it just so happened that we have a bonus built into this one this week, right? Because anytime you're talking about tune, this is classics. And classic to the point where 50 years from the making of this tune, the tune is still one of the greatest tune about man ever made in calypso.
Bloody ones know. Sweet as ever. One more time. I was planning to forget calypso, to go and plant peace in Tobago, but I am afraid I can't make the grade. Every night I lie down in my bed, I hearing a bassman in my head. Bum bum pitting bum, bum 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 pitting bum, bum 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 pitting bum, bum 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 bum. I don't know how this thing get inside me. Mama every morning is driving me crazy, like the taking man for a barnyard. Morning and evening, Uncle Farrell gone mad. If I don't want to sing, when he start to do his thing, I don't want to. But but I gotta sing. And if I don't wanna dance, he does have me in a trance. I don't want to, but I gotta prance. Bum bum bitty bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bum. I want some horns. One more time. One night I said to the bassman, give me your identification. He said, it's me, Pharrell, your bassman from hell. But they tell me you singing calypso, I come up to pull some notes for you. Bum bum bitty bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bum. I don't know how this thing get inside me. Mama every morning, he driving me crazy. Like he taking my head for a panyard. Morning and evening, Uncle Pharrell gone mad. If I don't want to sing, when he start to do his thing, I don't want to, but I gotta sing. If I don't wanna dance, he just have me in a trance. I don't want to, but I got to prance. Bum bum bitty bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bitty bum, bum 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 bum. Once again, once again.
We have a special celebration lineup for the 50th anniversary of that tune, right? But it's only fitting that I play a little piece of the original too, right? 50 years old.
I was planning to forget Calypso and go and plant peas in Tobago, but I am afraid I can't make the grade. Cause every night I lie down in my bed, I'm hearing a bassman in my head.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
I don't know how this thing gets inside me, but every morning he driving me crazy. Like he taking me head for a panyard, morning and evening, like this fella gone mad. And if I don't want to sing, when he start to do his thing, I don't want to, but I have to sing. And if I don't want to dance, he does have me in a trance. I don't want to, but I have to prance to his pidim pom, pom, pum pidim pom, pom, pum pidim pom. Pam, tim, 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 jump, pam, pam, pim, pam, pim, pam, 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 tum, pidim, pam, pam, tum, pidim, pam, pam, tim, 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 jump, 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 jump. One night I said to the bassman, give me your identification. He said, it's me, Pharrell, your bassman from hell. They tell me you're singing calypso, and I come up to pull some notes for you.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
Alright, Caribbean Vibes. Take it easy, Caribbean Vibes. You know it's you, right? The bass Shadow himself tell me that these two tunes go together, right? If you play for Shadow at a time and he tell me these two tunes go together, so I have to keep them together. If the man say keep them together, who is me to say no?
This is Caribbean Vibes.
It was Tuesday night, last lap carnival. My head feeling right. I bounce up this girl. She say I drink up my whiskey and I smoke up my tampy. And right now I'm searching for a woman to jump up with me. But boy, you're dancing like you're afraid to touch me. I come out to play, hold me tight around me belly. I come out to play, like you're afraid me man go beat you. I come out to play, me and woman I tell you. I only hope you ain't have no woman in the band. Cause if you have a woman, that will be real confusion. I am in search of a man with your description, and you got to play with me from now until Ash Wednesday.
International Men's Day. We couldn't do it without playing the Bassman, right? The Bassman from Hell, to be specific, right? 50 years old that song is today, but this year. But I want to say that the son of the Bassman himself, Mr. Shadow, Mr. Winston Bailey, and this youth man, I don't call him a youth man, right? I never see somebody who, like this tell me I sung like my father. But this man looking like his father, he's singing like his father, yakking like his father, he's singing like his father. And he put together something nice for we to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Bassman.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. In Monday, I'm Monday. I went across to Tobago, no intention of planting peace. When I heard the sound of a distant voice that whispering in the breeze, I start to look all around me, not even a pig in a pants. Imagine driving big or late at night, demon telling me that time. So, follow the rhythm. Go so, follow the rhythm. Up down, follow the rhythm. Go down, follow the rhythm. Go left, follow the rhythm. Go left.
He said it's my imagination, but I know I'm hearing the Bassman.
Something telling me to jump up, send me to tell you to jump up. So, jump up with your hands up, or move like vertebrate here up. I said jump up now, jump up now. Something telling me to whine, send me to tell you to whine. So, hear it in my bass, or see it on my face. I said send me, I said send me, jump up. Late at night they go driving on my way to a studio session up in Castara, or I end up in Lekito. I fighting up with a force. That night it was not easy. You go back home and get horse, and don't be singing follow me. Move so, follow the rhythm. Go so, follow the rhythm. Now up down, follow the rhythm. More down, follow the rhythm. Go left, follow the rhythm. More left.
He said it's my imagination, but I know I'm hearing the Bassman.
Something telling me to jump up, send me to tell you to jump up. So jump up with your hands up, or move like vertebrate here up. You ain't me the first time. Jump up, boy. Something telling me to whine, send me to tell you to whine. So hear it in my bass, or see it on my face. I'm very serious right now. You better start jumping. Jump up.
Well, you listen to the bass line, boom, 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 same boom, 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 boom. A nice little flip on the bass line. People are still listening to these kind of musics. People is listening to these kind of musics as Trini Men. We still like these kind of musics, or we learn the essence of we musics and them slip away from me. I be frightened sometimes, you know. I just come and I do what I had to do here to make sure that we keep the musics together. Because I love the musics, and I think if the youths, we like to talk about Calypso is for youths and Calypso is thing, and these kind of youth, the youths are interested in Calypso and all these kind of things they like to talk about, right? And I feel like if we, for some reason, fail to expose the youths to enough Calypso for whatever we feel is our old style, again, like when you look at Pan now, right? If you look at the Pan movement now, You go around pan is young people. Me talking about we kind of young, you know, we're gray in the beard and so on and long in the tooth, you know what I mean? And her impingement and all these things. I talk about young people, 20-something years old, young little teenagers now turning adults and thing, man. We going back to the days of man finding girlfriend in panyard and them kind of thing. David rather say. There's the same woman who put out your granddaughter's beats for steel pan. She boasting now and she put you out the house when you had a steel pan, man, you bring home. But youths now going back into pan and them kind of thing. You go back into any of the traditional movements. I see salute to the folks in South who had a Juve recently with the steel band. People like Starlift and thing in the Juve. It's important. Youths finding their way back into them things. And the more we introduce the youth, or the more we hide it from them and say it's old people thing and thing, is it less, and also to hold it back, right? There's another thing that I always argue, that not only do we fail to expose them enough to it and let them understand what it is, we do allow them to express themselves and change it and make it into what they want to make it into. Because, like, I know the Sharlan Bailey song because of men like Omari Ashby, Mr. Shaq and them. The men is post the song, they work with them and thing, right? I know Omari as a rap so man. And people might know Kindred and thing. I see him post one of them young boy Kindred picture the other day. Real jolly man things, you know what I mean? If you know what I mean. So, we grew up knowing rap so music. And I want to say, right, that when you're young, I don't think you're as interested in genre music and what is rap so and what is raga soca and what is soca and what. I think it's just no vibes, because it had rap so songs that when Kindred was singing, or a matter of fact, that whole Kiss Kitty Caravan, which is so much rap so involved in there, right? And when I say rap so, Brother Resistance and them fellas was rap so, right? Carrega Mandela and them and his founders, originators in rap so. But I always feel like rap so have a way of embracing youth and letting youths go and carry it in the direction they wanted to. Because if you look at Kiss Kitty Caravan carefully, right? You had men like Kindred who was more on the rapping side of the rap so. And then you had men who was on more this, or the other one named Super Child, who was more on the dancehall side of the rap so. And then you have men who singing the soca kind of side of the rap so. So they leave it for you to come up with whatever style or whatever version, you go with it, you know what I mean? They don't hold it and stifle it to the point where nobody don't want to hear it. And when you listen to that rap soul movement and what it is and what it was back then, and the fact that it could have followed the stadium with youth with that same Shadow. I remember Shadow closing Kiss Kitty Caravan shows with pack, pay the devil, pay the devil. And I mean, not to say, I mean, Omari and them is performers, Ozzy Merrick, forgetting some of the names now, Super Child, Edu Rankin. Who's mine's? Ghettorians. I like Ghettorians bad, you know. Sister Run, I come. The movement of Kiss Kitty Caravan and them times was bad men, right? And as a young child them times, I don't know the connection between some of the old Kaiso and thing my father gave me to listen to, and why I love the storytelling element and that. Don't mind it's slow and it's not no vibes to go and dance on, but the storytelling element I love in it. But when you hear Edu Rankin and them, hey, crowd ball out for me, and another year, let me see. That's more vibes to me, and it bring me into the music. But have a way we used to, again, you old people say David Rudder singing ballad and what nonsense. I feel we had to be careful when we saying things like that, because you see that same rap soul movement. I watching a woman by the name of Lady Lava, right? One day I will get around to Lady Lava and playing some for this episode, let people shake up their old bones, you know what I mean? But let me tell you something. Lady Lava is a superstar. She's a rock star. You know, you're talking to her and you're saying how long she do it and them kind of things for. Salute to her, right? Everybody had a journey, and people don't come from, when they say overnight success, wasn't it overnight mind toil. I don't know the verses of them so well, but you see, when man on up toiling through the night and all this kind of thing, right? You don't know when a man bust and when a man reach where he going, what the man went through to go there. Salute to KG, right? They have a fella I wanted to go and check out KG music on YouTube. He's do a lot of interviews with youths, right? With people, with a lot of different people. And I see he went through a Soca Star series, which is the next place I get to see a lot of them coming out where, He had Umi Makano on, he had Fireball on, he had Chinese Salute to the Great Valentine McCoy, he had him on, talking about their journey in as Soca Stars winners, right? Coming through the ranks. And I would say, like, when Fireball win Soca Star was a big nationwide event put on by Synergy and thing. By the time Chinese win that, it was starting to fade a little bit. You know what I mean? Umi was a big winner and thing, and Chinese almost single-handedly carried that Soca Star. And KG, salute to KG, because again, some of them to tell their stories and things. But when you hear these stories of men go through to reach where they reach, nobody can get through easy here. And this is what I like about Lady Lava. She's very plain in the way she's talk and simple in the way she's put things across. But I want you to take a minute, right? Forget if you like the lyrics, forget if you like her style, just listen to the way she's deliver music and understand how that come directly from Brother Resistance and Correga Mandela and Omari Ashby and Ozzy Merrick. And it comes so directly from them fellas. It's amazing, especially the way she's performed. Because she have a song, right? Now, and I want to tell you, as a man, I feel like I could write a little song, you know what I mean? I like a little parody song. If a man have a song and I think I could flip it and make it into something, right? If I sit down here and I write a song, and the song say, and my man, and like these are lines in the song, right? About your man, and 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 your man. I was throwing with that piece of paper. You know how far I put in the bottom of the garbage? I could never sing that. I could never get nobody that to sing, right? But she's a star. She understands what it is as a woman. She understands the vibe. She understands what happened on the ground, what people talk and what they say. And you see that thing she's doing. So the song basically is, I show you outside for the summer. If you do have a ring, then you do have a mister. Hands up. Bend for the camera. Well, listen. And when she say you to bend, I don't know that I could write down you to bend on piece of paper and sing that. I would not sing it. I do too much English course. I can't say, you should bend. I say, better we say you should bend. You know what I mean? And then when I release that song is garbage. You know what I mean? So I have to leave them doing what they're doing. But the point I'm making is this. No matter how good this song is and how much people pick up on this song, is the performance of the song holding people. We can remember some years ago, Parlour Stacy told me she went and worked in a Skeng concert, right? Skeng is a dancehall artist who's come here. Skeng have the youth lock, right? Skeng is a big dancehall artist. And she come home and tell me, she said, boy, you know Lady Lava, I said, nah. She said, boy, Lady Lava steal the show. Nobody couldn't perform after Lady Lava. I said, well, what she sing? She said, boy, me know none of this song. She just had the people and them in a grip. And when you see her performances now, check out Lady Lava in Boston. This is recent, right? This is last week. And the way she and the DJ sync up to do this song. She's do this song when the song is a big hit, right? So when she come out, the crowd is a frenzy. And when they say you to Ben, it's become like it's International Men's Day again, because all the faces you see in the crowd is man. But all women bending. Whether they are ringed in or ringed in, listen, all of them bending. But the DJ just cut out the music. And then she started to go and talk the song. And I remember when they used to do thing on the radio called Talk Tent. And they used to get it. It's almost like, First Citizens just do the poetry slam and thing. She's take up a style like that, where she talking to the crowd. And as she go on, she singing. And they know the lyrics already, right? So it's the lyrics of the song she doing like poetry. But she's so powerful when she stand up in that stage saying them thing. And somewhere in the midst of that, the DJ go drop back in the rhythm. And it's about my man and my man and my man and my man and my man. Stop that shit now. Bad artists. They're unstoppable. It's something that you have to look into and listen to for yourself to understand where you're coming from. But again, if we fail to expose the youths and them to that, and fail to show them the connection between what they call in zest now, or whatever name it is, and things like rap song, where it come from and be connected to it, we're responsible for the generation gap that we complaining about and the missing generation that we sing about. We're responsible for it if we don't do it. So let me give you an example, right? Last week, of course, I said last year when Marshall Manzano come and sing Calypso, I said that going to open up a door. Because there's plenty of men who doing Calypso and women doing Calypso day in, day out. Well, matter of fact, it's not about the women, it's International Men's Day, right? There are plenty of men doing Calypso right through and never turn their back on Calypso and make it where it is, right? Several of them went to Madison Square Garden with Marshall Montano, including Karina Ashe and them. That's what they make that their life, right? But that exposure and that simple calypso rhythm that Marshall come up with last time and bring youth into it. I tell myself, well, boy, you go start back to here. Because I always remember my father telling me the Calypsonians. You know what I mean? He don't really say soca artists like that. He's always say Calypsonian. Because the Calypsonians who have a up-tempo one, them is the ones go be in the fete and things. So you always used to talk about the Calypsonian and them dominating the fete. And I think we're going to see that again. Because I see a rhythm come out named the Tilden Hall rhythm, right? And several artists find themselves on this Tilden Hall rhythm. Let me just make sure I tell you some of the artists who on it, right? Just to make sure that we understand where we're coming from. It's Lyrical, Marshall, so several others, a long list of men who is seasoned veterans in calypso, soca, any part of the art form, them is seasoned men. But I want to play for you the man who have the best song on that Tilden Hall rhythm by far. And when I say best song, I'm not talking about just best song in terms of vibes, no. I'm talking about best song in terms of interpreting a calypso rhythm or a kaiso kind of style and making a melody and a theme and everything that fit so well. Everybody, they're playing all the rest of songs there, but guaranteed, this is the one that will take off the fastest.
I see she come in the bed and she looking all around and she get frightened when she see a set a man. Whoa! Who are you going? Who are you going? Stand up there and take the jamming. Why you only looking down at your watch? They'll make your whole body rock and take that. It's not what I make a girl for. You're wrong. Back why you going round the block. You're wrong. When you ready from the iron drum. You're wrong. Right back when I hit this spot. Just bend ways like when it is your profession. I go wait till you bump a confession. I'm not no sukunya, no large bless, no. Just come to get on back, come to says, yeah. Don't be afraid, girl, don't reject me. Why don't you throw it back, let we say. But the more you resist, the more they come. It's like throwing sugar on the ground and watching the ants move along. No, this is just how we party. This is how we jam. Loosen your waist and turn around. Go back down now. It's not what I make a girl fun. But why you going wrong the block? When you reading from the iron job. Right back when I hit this spot. Just bend waist like betting is your profession. I go wait till you bump a confession. I promise to take my time, show respect, yeah. Put my hands by my side, keep them in check. If you want to take me down, we could go down there. The lower we go, the more jamming you go get. But the more you resist, the more they come. It's like throwing sugar on the ground and watching the ants move along. No, this is just how we party. This is how we jam. Loosen your waist and turn around. Go back down now. It's not what I make a kettle pot. But why you going round the block? When you rhythm from the iron drum. Why back when I hit this spot? Just belt waist like betting is your profession. I go wait till you bump a confession. It's not what I make a kettle pot. But why you going round the block?
What do you mean a kettle pot? Don't run. By far the best interpretation I hear on the rhythm. I have a few more to play for you, because the rhythm itself bad. And you hear the I want to say release 90 calypso, kind of calypso want to be soca before they had a genre called groovy. He was right. Well, let me play some of the other big boys from the rhythm, right? Heavy hitters.
Oh Lord, mama de my day, mama de my day. Get something and wear it. We could do this. Stop to miss the energy. We could do this. Mr. Promoter, what you think we here for? We ain't come here to stand up and watch it in your bed. Something and wear it. We could do this. Stop to miss the energy. We could do this.
days, the good old days, and by the way, that's the voice of Aaron Voice St. Louis, right? Let me play our next heavy hitter for you now.
Double M, aye. I let me give them the old thing, mixed with the new thing, give them the old thing again. Hey. When you call me, make sure you bet the ram out and more. Cause when I reach, I come in to mash up your party. Make sure our last Sunday show, it could be real and cold. They don't want me to leave, you are bet me that I could make them jam until the fence over. Oh, yo, me a making sure. I put a woman in front, your hand on she shoulder. Oh, yo, me a making sure. Put up your phone, make it light up like Diwali. Oh, yo, me a making sure. I wave it left to right like the Winston Bailey. Oh, yo, me a making sure.
Keep in mind that this is a man, right? He was making hits during this era of music, right?
So give them become, yeah. When it comes to soca, of course I could wind down. Hey, drunk or sober, I got to watch my time on stage. Cause you know I could go on for days. The sun will go down and rise back up. You're still ready to rock your waist. But tell them don't rush me. Tell them don't doubt me. That I can make this whole party go up in a frenzy. You want bet me that I can make them jam until the fence over. Oh, yo, me a making sure. I put a woman in front, your hand on she shoulder.
Oh, yo, me a making joke. I got to get the gang bang bidding day. Oh, yo, me a making joke. It have one on the rhythm I like a lot. You know, motto.
La da day. Motto there, red boy. Calypso. Everything was nice, everything was sweet. DJ play some calypso. You're moving your waist, waistline sweet like a old calypso. Baby, you look nice, baby, you look sweet. DJ play some calypso. All in your pantry, all in your pantry. All in your pantry.
I want to play the next one for you. This lyrical again. Veterans, right?
Again, what to say again? Somebody put some sense in the brain. What to do again? What to say again? Somebody put some sense in the brain. Pin up. You was a single man living your best life. Not a care in the world, everything was nice. Long time I see you was going on. I hear since you be this woman like you get. So tell me why you're acting so. Don't let me hear you so. Don't sit down and just speak. Like you need therapy because like she put something in your water.
If somebody could find a band for me to play in, right? Where this is the fastest music they go play for the 2 days, I played mass.
Science is there for you to see. Like she won't be the man I'm used to wife to be. Hey, just to get respect, you're not supposed to beg, no. Why you put your tail between your legs, no. Like everybody like you playing Monopoly. But you don't know where your money go. But on a Friday, and days that I'm here to. On a Sunday, no plan and do. It's a good for you. So tell me why you're acting so.
Now again, having heard from all the veterans, right? This is Young Brother. First song I play was Young Brother, right? This is the first one. And I should play all the veterans for you in between. Listen to this again and tell me if Young Brother wasn't here in a past life. He had to be from before.
That she looking all around and she get frightened when she see a set a man. Whoa, take the jamming. Why you only looking down at your watch, girl? Make your whole body rock and take that. It's not what I in the kettle pot. Don't run back. Why you going round the block? Don't run. When you ready for the iron drum? Don't run. Right back when I hit this spot. Just bend ways like betting is your profession. I go wait till you bump a confession. I'm not no sukunya, no large bless, no. Just come to get on back, come to says, yeah. Don't be afraid, girl, don't reject me. Why don't you throw it back, let we say. But the more you resist, the more they come. It's like throwing sugar on the ground and watching the ants move along. No, this is just how we party. This is how we jam. Loosen your waist and turn around. Go back down now. It's not what I think kettle but don't run. But why you going wrong the block? Don't run. When you ready from the iron drop, don't run. Right back when I hit this spot, just bend waist like betting is your profession.
Tell me if he wasn't here in our life before now. And I've been saying this not about just about him. Remember, you see that DJ they call Hottie too? He was in our life here before. Them fellas understand the formula for music at several different years. So salute to them. I wish Lady Lava was on this rhythm. But I feel good when I see this rhythm come out. And it have a style of music and a style of Kaiso and Calypso and Soca that we in here a long time. And I don't know if we're going to ever hear it again. So it's good to see that era coming back. I'm hoping that, especially for a long carnival season. When the carnival season long, you need plenty song at this speed. Whatever BPM is that is January BPM you call that, right? Because when January reach, people not ready to get on bad. People not ready for that yet in January. People have to take their time on the knees, take your time on your ankle, don't want to impinge nothing. Take your time on your salary. When you see Soca and Mocha and Fire Fete and them things, people have to go a little easy. So we want a few more tune. I don't care if it's rhythm or it's tune from artist or something. According to Marshall Montano, you have to control your ground game. You see that little 1-2 step? Boop, 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 touch the spot, boop, boop, and then move a lot. Boop, 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 and then get some boop. That is what we need. We need a couple more in that little zone right there. But make sure them youths involved. Mark Moody, see. Lady Lava, Young Brother, and think them have old soul. Them was in this life before. Them somebody, when we was crying for some soca artist or somebody who passed away or some rap so man who went, they come right back with Lady Lava. Don't feel like them was here before for sure. Here before. Let me talk about our next man who here before, right? Before we get again to my Man's Day Calypso, my International Man's Day Calypso. Dwight Yorke arrives in Trinidad ICE training camp next week. One of the things I saw that was real good about this, right? We talking about Dwight Yorke taking over the team. I expected that Latipi would have been one of his assistant coaches. I surprised they didn't bring Lara to help people with like how to throw in the ball or something. As I figured Lara could be there for some motivational, something will happen that make Lara end up on this coaching staff and so on. But Yorke has his coaching clinic pretty much same clinic, his coaching camp on the way, and they had a what do you want to call it? An unveiling of Dwight Yorke as the coach of the national team in I believe it was in the Atto Bolden Stadium where they were having their let me make sure I have it here right. Read from this thing, Corey. Don't try and go on your own. TTFA unleashes the Y factor. Yorke officially unveiled as Soca Warriors coach. Fixated on achieving 2026 World Cup qualification, TTFA have unleashed the Y factor. I like that as a marketing guy, you know. So you see when you start a branding, let me just talk about it from a marketing standpoint, right? Yorke and Y, when you're talking about syllables in marketing, they both equally is the same. So you could have just say the Yorke factor instead of the Y factor. Unless you're gonna make a play on Y and this is our Y, and I'm not sure, but maybe. But all right, the Y factor. Dwight Yorke as head coach spearheads the nation's campaign. The former TNT captain and striker and central defensive midfielder was officially and extravagantly unveiled as the senior team's guiding light under the spotlights and sprinklers at Atto Bolden Stadium's main field in Balmain, Couva, on November 14th. Yorke described the feeling of leading the national team once more, this time as head coach, as an emotional one, which has always been a dream of mine. During his first public address after being appointed on November 1, Yorke said that he and his coaching staff are using the ongoing 7-day camp at the National Stadium for both players and officials to interact and acclimatize with each other as they begin working towards the ultimate goal of World Cup qualification. He credited former head coach Angassi for a job well done in bringing the team to their current level, and Yorke wants to build on this. He said, the work begins now. My ambition is to build on what has already been built. With the addition of my backroom staff, we could only hopefully enhance what we're about. I can assure that we'll be given 110% to make sure that to get the best out of these players and to try to bring joy, celebration, and excitement. Yorke believes once all stakeholders are on board with his plan, inclusive of the TTFA, backroom staff, sponsors, and the public, he can return to success once more. I do not want to stress, I do want to stress there's a lot of hard work ahead. It's not going to be an easy challenge, but it's a challenge that I want all of us to take on. I think as a nation, if we pull in one direction, there's no reason why we can't be successful. We've done it in 2006 and I can surely do it in 2026. So when he go in there, right, talking as somebody who was part of that 2026 squad, the captain of that squad, as a matter of fact, and he was not there at the beginning of the campaign. Yorke was not playing for Trinidad and Tobago at this stage we at in the World Cup in 2005. He came back in when we were in the Hex already. When Bertil Sinclair had led us into the Hex, which is, we must commend that, right? Because we don't always get into the Hex. It's not a time where we always used to be there, but we don't always get there. But Bertil took us there, and then I think we would have draw one and lose one very big, and he get fired, and Ben Hacker came in, and that's when Yorke and Latipi came back. Yorke also wasn't a striker on that team. Striker on that team would have been men like Cornell Glenn and possibly Kenwin Jones. I can't remember. But Yorke was playing defensive midfielder as captain of the team. And Latipi came back. I remember Latipi scoring some good goals. Still my guy Damian Panther. We used to be in the stadium every time they play. We watch all them games, right? Even including the ones that Bertil was lost in the stadium and what got us to the Hex in the first place, right? He used to go all the game. Once I have football in the stadium, I did. But I think, and no knock on Angus Eve, no knock on Derek King. Derek King is still part of the coaching staff and he bring in some of his people as well as the Yorke team. I guess as specialist coaches. I didn't see them name the whole coaching squad. But as I said last week, the government had injected, I think it's $2 million in there, so that's good. Oh, no, actually, no. Let me read on here a little bit, because I was saying last week that the $2 million, let me give people the credit where it's due, right? Additionally, 2006 World Cup teammates and former goalkeeper turned broadcaster Shaka Hislop shared virtual congratulations to his ex-captain via video played across the screens. Hislop hailed Yorke as a true leader and believes he's the right man to return TNT to the biggest stage of football. He said, I've seen all that he's given to make the best of himself as a player. I've seen how he leads with young players, particularly during the World Cup run. I've seen him be an example to me what it means to pull out the red, white, and black nearly 40 years now. This is him giving back to a game that's given him so much. I couldn't be more proud of Dwight as a friend, a teammate, and a leader over the years. All those attributes are why I'm so excited by what's to come. It's a big ask, but Dwight is at his best. The bigger ask is, but Dwight is at his best. The bigger ask is, I don't know what that sentence means. I don't know who wrote this article. He said, I'm looking forward to seeing TNT play on the biggest stage yet again. There's no one else I would trust, Hislop said. Minister of Sport and Community Development Shamfa Kujo was also present to welcome fellow Tobagonian Yorke to his new post. After it was previously reported that the ministry would distribute $2 million over the next 2 years towards the Team World Cup campaign, Kujo confirmed that the figure is US dollars $2 million. I like that. I appreciate this. So I was telling some partners recently, right, that the appointment of Yorke is more than just, and everything I went through with Makata FC and so on, Yorke seemed to be a good head coach and building his reputation. But one of the things about having somebody like him there is that it's going to attract, I'm not sure that a minister of sport was coming down Couva to donate no 2 million US if Angus Eve, with all due respect, was there or Derek King was still there. The names just make a difference. When the ministry put this kind of money in now, and Yorke could do things with the team, especially, I saw somebody say, all this fanfare and all this thing and fireworks and thing for Yorke was a waste of time, and that money could be used towards football. That money going to be used to attract much more money, because that is them kind of events is what corporate Trinidad want to be a part of. Now, I was a part of, coincidentally, this is where I met Parlour Stacy. This is where the my Scorpio support needed, that's where it started. I wish I had known it had a support group back then. But I met her when we were working with Sony Sony was doing sponsorship for the Women's World Cup at the time. I had already worked on another World Cup before, because I think they had an under-21 World Cup here that Sony had sponsored. Sony had a sponsorship for World Cups with FIFA directly. So anywhere in the world that had World Cups at any level, in any gender, Sony used to execute. And once it happened in Trinidad, or the games happened in Trinidad, we used to work to get everything that Sony needed here to done. Whether it's the officials coming into the country to go and shake people's hand at the games, or it's to invite, they were selling to Courts, PriceSmart, and Standards, were the biggest suppliers or the buyers down here. So what they would do is they would get, as part of the sponsorship, 10 VIP tickets to the lounge and thing in the stadium. So what you do is they distribute that to their biggest buyers, the CEO or Courts, this one, that one, and then they send their officials, the president of Sony, and thing here, and they meet with one another and talk some sales and talk some business and have some fun, right? We used to facilitate that and make a little percentage. You can't go wrong. And also, Lavender Rhythm section of the games, the perimeter boards around the field, we used to make sure, for instance, simple things like sponsorship. You should see one of these sponsorship contracts. I don't know if this interests anybody else but me, but I'd be excited about marketing. And when you see these sponsorship contracts, you'll be surprised at how detailed it is. For instance, I used to have to go to all the training games. Sometimes Latapi was the coach, because Trinidad had qualified in 2006 for the World Cup. And with Sony's sponsorship of the FIFA World Cup as a whole, they were getting very interested in individual teams. So they had come here to make an individual deal with Soca Warriors, because the expectation from sponsors, at least, was that coming off for 2006 when we qualified, they're expecting us to do well in 2010 in the region. And remember, they have regional. They selling, the office was Sony Puerto Rico. They were responsible for the Caribbean and Latin America. So at that time, as far as they're concerned, the Soca Warriors is the biggest team and the biggest draw in the region. So they're going to use them to sell the products through the English-speaking Caribbean, right? So when you see the sponsorship contract, it's so detailed. I had to pay attention to everything in it, because when you go to training sessions, the players were supposed to have Sony, things like lanyards or the bags that they come out, they're supposed to have those things, because when media take pictures, or for instance, Shamfa Kojo come to greet the team, or they appoint a Dwight Yorke and he comes to talk to them, or Yorke when he inevitably bring Lara to give a motivational speech to them, the media is be there. So when they take pictures, Sony want to make sure that their brand is shown in the pictures. We're supposed to have photos of every single training session with the players in front of the perimeter boards. It's very, very detailed. Even their warm-up uniforms or the jacket that they white wear, it's supposed to have Sony on it. So our job was to verify that the sponsorship money they're getting value for the money, because what they're paying for is what they call brand awareness, right? Visibility. They want to make sure that the logo's seen and things. So I was very close to that campaign, and I saw what it did. Again, that fellow from Puerto Rico don't know much about Trinidad football and the history. You don't know no Lancelot Lane. You don't know Colin Lucas. You don't know no Song Rev. You don't know Super Blue. You don't know Maximus Dan. You know what I mean? But what he knows is that this team giving us visibility. And I think that's what Yorke, more than everything, I wouldn't understand the technical part of the football. I think our next game is June next year. When we reach qualifying game, that is the next game that is of consequence. But I want you to observe what's going to happen, right? If they have a friendly in the stadium between now and June, which they will have, because he could attract better countries to do friendlies with again, because of his name, man of a brand. Watch what's going to happen in that stadium. And I like the way he's talking already, because it's clear that he also understands this. So you notice that in his address when he ministered there and there's an unveiling and the head of TTFA and this man know what he doing. He not talking just about footballers and skill and the different positions. He talking about we as a nation coming together and bringing everybody together and all of us had to do this together. Fans, sponsors, this, that. He done make any moves already. So you're going to find that the biggest companies in this country, the Macy's, the Answer McCall, seem to be making a big international push recently. And even regional people like Sony and them who don't operate here, you're going to see more interest in the Soca Warriors going forward. And of course, I am very interested in this because I hope that they work through and we could collect a little percentage of whatever they spend. Again, there must good days. You know, this York appointment is my route to start back earning US dollars. You know how long we see a client pay we in US, we can't even collect TT these days. So again, I think it's a great move. I'm not sure why people are upset with this unveiling and thing. I'm very, 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 very happy to hear that there's $2 million US dollars that the government is putting. And I expect to see much more millions of US dollars being pumped in by corporate Trinidad and Tobago and much more millions of, well, maybe not US, but TT dollars being pumped in by fans who are going to pay to go to the games and so on. I can't wait for them to announce some kind of friendly. It just so happened that not just so happened, I suppose that's why the appointment was made at this time. But we're in an international break for football now and we don't have any games in this window. So it gives York the opportunity to work with at least the local players who seem to be all from the Defense Force or police. Oh, and I would like to say that I apologize to Kevin the Great Molino. I apologize because see that man walking slow like me around King George. That man going and working. I think he going and playing with Defense Force now. And this man fit like hell. How he get fit so fast? How the hell this man get fit so? I had to go. Denzel Theobald is the head coach. I had to go there and try and see if I could get fit because I come and laugh at this man at how fat and obese this man looking around King George. And now this man fit like a fiddler. I still fat. But best wishes to Dwight Yorke. Great move by Shamfa Kudrow. Great move by TTFA. I hope everybody, as he say, everybody on board and everybody doing what it takes for that team to get the support that they deserve and that they need so that we could continue to grow from strength to strength. And when 2026 come, for selfish reasons too, we get some sponsorships that I could get a little percentage of. But more importantly, we get to go and support the team and feel that pride that we would feel. It will be sad if we make 2006 World Cup and then none of us in our lifetimes see another World Cup ever again. So I have a little tune. I have a bunch of songs here to play for International Men's Day, right? And I want to open with a song that I want to dedicate to Mr. Dwight Yorke. Me know his middle name, right? But I just want to say that if Mike Tyson is 58 years old, let me see how old Dwight Yorke is. Dwight Yorke age. Dwight Yorke is 53. He ain't far from Tyson, right? But I just want to say that Dwight Yorke, pause in advance, right? But Dwight Yorke looking damn good. Dwight Yorke looking fit. Dwight Yorke looking like any young boy look. As a matter of fact, when you see him in the coaching sessions on YouTube, he looking fitter than some of the players that he giving instructions out there on the field. I want to say that if for any reason when Yorke do that interview to bring the nation together and think, if for any reason he didn't have on no pants like Tyson, I feel his bottom on them long. So I would like to dedicate this first song of International Men's Day to the great Dwight Yorke.
Everybody say man done. A news flash, CBS smash. One more Calypsonian gone. Scientists from a foreign country sat and planned to turn me into before. They're bringing me back better than before. Better than before. I could work all night and keep on working. No woman would dare tell me I'm fooling. I could work on work and never tire. If you tackle me, you tackle fire. A tower of power and endurance. I could keep my speed the longest distance. A mixture of human and machinery. Even Steve Austin able with me. To see just how strong I am. Victorious, some heads bust, a good bit of them I slam. And women who underrate me later complain, I sure they ain't gonna tackle me again. When they hear what it costs to patch me up the rough, they say it costs about 6 million or more. 6 million or more. I could work and never tire. If you tackle me, you tackle fire. A tower of power and endurance. I maintain my speed the longest distance. I could dance all night and keep on dancing. No woman would dare tell me I'm fooling. A mixture of human and machinery. Even Steve Austin are able with me.
6 million dollar man, $6 million man. That if it's anybody who was a bionic man, it had to be the great Dwight Yorke, right? Should I carry you along this road now? As we talking about man, right? I tell you, it's all kind of man that come here to talk about, you know, and there's one kind of man that can't leave out at all.
Well, the police arrest me for my own material that shouldn't be. The woman police arrested Chando way up in my row. I decided to make an invention, so I pack up my house with iron. The news went around and that was the case. You know they come up with a warrant searching my place. Look at our 5 o'clock in the morning. The woman police came searching, and before I could put on my clothes, all my iron exposed. Well, it's no way in misery. You know they started questioning me. Where you get this amount of iron, son? Please answer the question. I say I didn't know it was against the law. So they told me that explanation before. Then they hold me and they throw me in the Maria and carry me to the female commissioner. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. 2 women
searching. And before I could put on my clothes, all me iron exposed. As they take me out from the Maria, I bounce up the commissioner. When she see me, she turns she face, but this time iron all round my waist. And this was a statement to me, it's the most I've seen in this colony. So we go charge him for unlawful possession. Oh my Lord, no bail for the iron man. And I'm in trouble. 5 o'clock in the morning, 2 men police came searching. And before I could put on my clothes, all me iron exposed. Well, this was bacchanal. The following day was my trial. If you see women inside the place, and there's a woman magistrate to try my case, but after the police give evidence, she called upon me for my defense. But she said before she come to a conclusion, I have to come home in your house to inspect this iron. Yeah, what happened? She came by me with a chickney to examine the iron personally. But when she left the house, I was happy. She take all the iron and set me free.
That is a song by the name of Iron Man. This singer by the name of Iron Man. You know the Iron Man Zandoli?
Well, a female stick player named Winnie live in Sandy Grande. She put her ad on the Guardian. She say open competition. She is the best stick player in Grande, and she playing anybody. And so I walk on she carnival day to see if she could really play. Well, we carry down in the back of the alley, only me and she. I fall on my knees and I touch the first boy under she belly. She breaks the boy and she back. Watch me fixing me and laugh. I get delirious and I touch it 3 in succession. Me would break in half. You could imagine how I feel in shame to see Zando lost his fame. Now me would break in the center and she laughing, ka. Now if you see how Zando crawling on my knees and perspiring, but I pick up a piece of string in a drain, so I tie up me wood and carry again. Now I jam she on her back and no fencing. She started to ball, but in the excitement she raised the bar, so I back till I stumble and fall. Then she stand up over me and she charging. This time posando in the drain, so I charge she up bar to dig out the liver. Me would break again. Late in the evening, and people start gathering. So a whole stick man named Joe Pringe lend me a stick to play. Now I charging like keep her crazy, and she only backing from me. She say I didn't know you could have play stick, so oh me Lord, oh beg pardon Zando. Now she scramble onto the bar with the 2 hands playing tag of war. I say Lego, man, what you doing that for? Well, he slip out the hand and she fall in agony, begging me to stop. I say it would make you fall, would make you fall, is wood to make you get up.
Iron Man to stick man to just outright too much a man.
Like you take me for Mickey Mouse, the way you bring in man in my house. I say you take me for Mickey Mouse, the way you bring in man in my house. Look, I don't want to break your blasted jaw. I don't want to tangle with the law. You better have some respect for me and stop this nonsense entirely. Every day is a different man. You have a warming up in ponytail. You're introducing them as your cousin, your brother-in-law, you compare. So before I reach in the crazy house or the hangman cemetery, look, I want you to write all your family name on a piece of paper for me. Let me tell you something, Millie. You are too much a man family, and they always employ with the government. They either in the force or the regiment. You might be saying to yourself, you have me so, but it's in jail I ain't want to go. Now that is all you could ever bet. Why puncture your plastic jaw bonus yet? I want to know, now if it's only man family, you could bring in here. How you never invite your tanty, your niece or your makume, and this cousin, this uncle, this compare business, getting me basodi. So darling, I want you to write all your family name on a piece of paper for me. And the food never tasting sweet. Yeah, man, Tanya cook up with salt pastel, with no grease at all like it pine tail. But them man where you say is your family, when they reach home you want it like you catching malkadi for so glad and killing the biggest cock in the yard. You're taking down the pot from the fire before time. First you can't wait, giving me the bottom of the bowl to eat and putting chicken leg inside the plate. Look, I'm getting tired and disgusted. I don't want to commit a felony. So I want you to write all your family name on a piece of paper for me. This family business is going too far. So get a pen and piece up, and them man where you have in your diary, I say to write down their name one by one for me. I am not against you giving me a boot, but like you want to ties and a foot, and playing a game with these different men, fly you cry the longest rope of an end. You is the only human I know. All your family is man, and you always singing a song in my head that you have luck with woman. But your family sleeping on Miss Simon's bed, and I have to sleep in the gallery. So I want you to write all your family name and present it to Chandelier.
One of the greatest recordings in live calypso history, right? The backup singers, King David Rudder, King Gypsy, King Mystic Prowler. But Zandoli, as a man, you know, as the Iron Man, the Stick Man, is the woman out to a man family. I find you must make allowances. When it comes to great storytelling in Kaiso, Zando is one of the greatest. You want to hear one of the modern greatest in Kaiso storytelling, and as we're talking about man, you have to celebrate these man too.
Hey, doom ba doom dede, a doom doom dede, boom ba doom dede, boom ba doom dede, doom ba doom dede, boom ba doom dede, a doom doom. Well, me tell you about a young lady that I met back in January. She have a husband, his name is Jerry, and the man big, tall, and he's scary. He way older than she did married real young. He's a big businessman, he just carry 2 guns. When they know tidy knot, if you see the love run, now he's 6 years gone. She ain't having no fun, she don't want to be a cheater, but Jerry start to beat her. Now she looking online for a late night creeper. She remember when I meet her by a bar and a repeater. So she dashing me DM like 100 meters. She say, use the man who could do it right. We start a link and make turn in the night. She want to rub down me rifle and ride on me cycle. She say I is a friend, but I know me title is outside man. Whoa. So she begging me for the ride, and she say we have to go high. Whoa. She say I she outside man. Whoa. But she begging me for the ride, and she say I can't come inside. What she say? No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She said don't take she husband for fool. If we doing this, we have to set a few rules. Because it's pressure if the man never find out. So now we going by guest house and hide out. He does have she under manners if it's the how she tends. She said Jerry doesn't let she had no set of man friends. And no ever think about jumping the fence. Cause she never eye long like a telescope lens. So she can't stay away cause she love how it's sweet. She love how I does massage the feet. But I fed up at the guest house and cheap bed sheets. Every night is the same like we dip on repeat. Can't go to Tobago, can't go on the beach. She say if we anything we had to keep it discreet. We can't go for dinner, can't go movie town. She say them kind of place too much people around. I say girl I want to teach you a lesson. How I just move like 007. I want to come by you girl I begging. She say if you come you will never get let in. Cause you is the outside man. Say she begging me for the ride, and she say we have to go high. Whoa. She say I she outside man. But she begging me for the ride, and she say I can't come inside. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. She say you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. Now although she hold me stay happy, I ain't really wanna mash up the family. Cause honestly I don't like the drama. And I's a man that does believe in karma. So one night I went by myself drinking. I said time to do some heavy thinking. It's when I spot a man in the corner. His face looking like he going through torture. He say he wife for 6 years, just have him in tears. She don't cook no food, she ain't washing nowhere. She spent out all the money, he mortgage in arrears. She kick him out the room, now he's sleeping downstairs. She's lying till she pays, it's sexy like a share. And she going to take the house and he land on the chair. And he hear out the road that she having her affair. So I buy 2 more bears, knocky glass and say shares. And say boss, what is the plan? What is the plan Dan? He say he have a strong suspicion about she and a tall red man. And if he ever catch them, he's gonna shut in the pan. Wow. Well I said boss, I think I'll be leaving. Cause I run a little late for a meeting. It's only after a while that it's sinking. Jerry realized he was by the bar drinking with the outside man. She begging me for the ride.
But she say I can't come inside. Oh Lord, you can't come inside. You can't come inside at all. No. Voice of one of the greatest storytellers in calypso rap music. The great chromatics, matics. And lastly, listener-matics. Well, you know how we just live, right? It's International Men's Day, but as a real man, you're supposed to know I know. Them woman and them had the last say, right? Them woman and them has always had the last say. So I'm leaving all this one. All this song and them about man. You know who in charge, right?
Two girls in an argument. Big argument on the pavement. Two little girls in an argument. Big argument on the pavement. They been arguing about man, who they will like when they become a woman. So So I joined the conversation. They asked me to give them my opinion. I told them, look, a man is a man. No man is placed like a frying pan. Oh, be a man or manico man. Any man could give you satisfaction. Ayo! Whoopsie, mama! One of the girls turn around and says she don't want no man who have cockabay. I says she only ignorant, you see. She don't want her friends to laugh at she. Well, a Chinese one they calling toy. She says she wanted a saga boy. He must be working in the police force. Either a stevedore walking on the wharf. I tell she, look, a man is a man. Whether he face like a frying pan. Chinese man or Indian man. Any man could give you satisfaction. I'm not lying. Ayo, a man has to be a man. When Calypso Rose was small, mommy used to make me ball. She says, before you get married, she will choose the man for me. Don't take no criminal because every minute in the hospital, she said, take a barrister, a minister, or even a doctor. Well, I tell she, man, a man is a man. You must mind what's their profession. Mommy, you must understand. Any man could give me satisfaction. A man has to be a man, mommy. Doesn't matter 1 foot or 1 hand. Some of the girls in this island, they're running competition. Some looking for taxi man and some looking for policeman. Well, I want them to understand that no woman should pass their hand. Because even some of the men in jail, some of them turning female. So you see, my friend, a man is a man. You must mind what's their profession. You must use your discretion. No dead man could give you satisfaction. Ayo! Whoopsie, mama! A man has to be a man. Whether he have 1 foot or 1 hand, a man got to be a man. Ayo! Whee!
Woman must always have the last say. We'll talk to you next week. Have a productive, a safe week. Have a fruitful week. And I will talk to you next week. Next week, I might be a little later than normal, but I will be here. Enjoy the week. Bye.